When Jump King and Princess Toadstool had dinner together, what did they eat? A. Leap dish. Peach-za. Welcome to the stream, my friends. I hope you are well tonight. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back to Jump King. Sorry it took me forever to get started. I had a sudden fit of coughing. Right before I went to turn on my camera, and I still haven't recovered. But we're gonna try and get things moving along here. We've got Dead Zergling first in chat tonight. Welcome in, Zergling, and Sparrow the Dragoon close behind. Sparrow, thank you very much for the resub. Very grateful for your generous support, my friend. 34 months. It's almost a year. Very grateful to have you with us tonight. We've got Lucent Jelly and Alex Man with the raid. Thank you for the raid, my friend. Sorry, again, sorry it's so much after the fact that I'm thanking you. I hope that Cities treated you well tonight. Hope it was a great stream. How is Peach not done yet? It baffles me. There's a lot of tedious post-game content in that game, and I didn't have the stamina for a 7-hour stream last night to finish it up. So we have a little bit left. If the final boss, if the challenges for the final boss go smoothly, it actually is probably going to be a pretty short segment, though, for the Peach game. Because the levels that are left, I think there's 7 levels left to complete, but they're all really short. I firmly believe the snake ring will turn out useful somehow. We shall see. Let's go ahead and start pressing some buttons. Boo boo to the joke. So last time we played, we got a new item. Where is it? Snake ring, which is a scam item. All it does is make the gameplay way worse. So far, we'll see. We'll see if there's a purpose to it. Later on, we got a couple more coins, and we actually reached a new PB. We reached a new height. I got into a new area. Of course, I fell out of it, but for a while, things went really well last night. So I'm excited to get back into Jump King and see where it takes us tonight. Hopefully upward. How does it feel to know this whole time you aren't even above sea level? You know, I didn't really process the implications of that. On the one hand, I want the world of this game to be very large and diverse and interesting, and on the other hand, I really just want to be at the top and be done with it. just don't want to overshoot that jump. Whatever I do, I just don't want to overshoot that jump. It does feel... I made the right call last night. Ending our session where I did, because the game does feel normal now after putting it down. After putting it down for 24 hours. It does feel a little... It does still feel a little fast to me. It doesn't feel perfectly... I still haven't fully recovered from the underwater section, but it's way better. It's way closer to normal. It does feel like the game is moving a little fast. A little faster than it should. No! Looks way too fast to... Looks way too fast to me, Zergling says. When I was a kid, we had a glass, like a drinking glass, that it didn't have Speedy Gonzalez on it. It had his cousin, the slow mouse. I don't remember what his name was. Slowpoke something, I think. But we had a drinking glass that had that character on it. It was the only one. I imagine it was part of a set. At some point, maybe one of them shattered, or maybe we never had the other ones. Slowpoke Rodriguez, yeah. That sounds right. He, it was so weird. Excuse me a moment. Jelly is approaching with my coffee. Alright, sorry that took a moment. I had to move some stuff around real quick. Also reminds me that I need to turn off the hydrate because I don't actually have any water. And speaking of moving stuff around, I actually did a little bit more work on the room. So we've got I got my other shelf in place. Got Isaac a little place to hang out over there. He'll probably move around a bit. But things are coming a bit more together very slowly. It's probably the last time I'll be able to work on the room for a few days though, so that's unfortunate. Hey Loyal, welcome in. Great to have you with us, Loyal. Hope you're doing well. New streaming setup. It's all the same stuff. It's just arranged in a different way. I I want to have more flexibility with the seating in the room. So you may notice I've got a different couch, and I switched out this chair I switched into this chair a while back. So I want to have room for more people to sit when I'm off stream. And so I've got the now I've got all the TVs pushed against the wall and stuff, and this is gonna be a better arrangement in the long run. But it takes forever. It takes forever to move all this stuff around. Stop streaming, Frownie. If you don't have water, it's a real problem. No wonder you had a coughing fit. I mean, I've had plenty of water throughout the day. I just don't have a bottle of water down here with me at this very moment. I do have a nice hot cup of coffee, though. All right, let's play some more game. I am pretty pleased with the way the room is coming together, but it's very difficult to control the clutter. I just have so much junk. I just have so much junk. I got a lot of good and great stuff too, don't get me wrong, but I hold on to everything. I have a very I might need this someday sort of attitude. It's very hard to get rid of stuff. Oh, I overshot. I knew it. I really wish I hadn't tried to... The whole reason we're down here is because I took a chance on trying to fall onto a particular ledge looking for a secret, and it didn't pay off. It was a really bonehead move in hindsight. It cost me pretty dearly. I mean, who knows? If it had worked and there had been a secret there, it could have turned out to have been the play of the game, but unfortunately, that's not the reality I now live in. Is there? I was wondering if maybe there was an opening to the right over here. If there is, it's probably a place I actually don't want to go. I gotta stop looking for secrets. One thing I need to figure out how to change is, with the way I currently have things set up, there's nowhere to plug my tablet in. But normally I like to have the stream pulled up on my tablet, mostly because that's how I check to make sure my internet hasn't gone out. Because because on my computer, I can't really see like a live feed of my own stream. I mean, I can, because you can see it in the Stream Manager tab, but I keep that buried under everything else, so only a little bit of it peeks out, so it's hard to see. So it's a lot better to like have the stream up on my tablet. But the battery will die if I don't keep it plugged in. And here, like, there are no outlets in the middle of my room, so there's no... I don't have anywhere to plug it in right now. So that's one small thing I need to address. I mean, I can plug it in across the room and have the stream up and just glance over to it from a distance, but I like to grab my tablet and switch to mobile at the end of the stream when we raid another channel, because then I can carry it with me around the house as I get ready for bed. No. I wonder if I get back up to the snake, and if I read more of his dialogue, I wonder if he has any dialogue to acknowledge that he scammed me. Oh my goodness. It's tough tonight. It's tough. I'm feeling really nervous. I feel really nervous tonight. I don't know why. Your timing is noticeably weaker tonight. Thank you, Zergling. A bit waterlogged. Yeah, probably. I feel off. That's for sure. I'm not saying it's your fault. I mean, I didn't really take it as harshly as I think I might have indicated there. The game ruined your timing as it was designed to do. It sure did. It sure did. They really got me with that water segment. I don't know that there's a recovery. We have another raid. Zero, welcome in. I am typing into nowhere. What's going on? There we go. Donkey Kong Country 3. Very nice. I hope that was treating you well. I started a playthrough of DKC 3. No! This is bad. This is real bad. But I was unable to continue it. Oh, thank goodness. I was unable to continue it because the battery in my cartridge is dead. I haven't swapped it out to get back into the game, but I really want to. I hear it's the weakest of the trilogy, but I still want to play it. I played through the first world, and I thought it started off alright. I had a lot of fun with it. What little I did play. So I think I might end up liking it a bit better than its reputation, but only time will tell. Certainly was. I heard mixed things about it, but I'm digging it. That is great to hear. Great to hear. I am banging my head against the wall with Jump King. I've been really digging into Jump King lately. I've been playing it every night, 2 hours a night, every night. I did have a little vacation from the stream. Hey, Congo, welcome in. And Greg, welcome in. But we played it last night, and I made tons of progress in this game last night. I lost a lot of it. As you always do. I did go backward and lose a lot of that progress, but it was nice while it lasted. And I'm hopeful of maybe gaining some of it back tonight. But it really threw me for a loop because I made it into a new area, and that area is underwater, and it has completely different physics. Or, well, everything is slow. It's like super increased gravity. And after playing underwater for a while, my sense of feel for this game has been completely destroyed. Now that I'm not underwater anymore, I can't, like, my timing is for the jumps is just way off. They really got me. They really got me with that water section, and I have to get back up to it and still have to go through it. And that's what I'm hoping to accomplish tonight, but I'm really worried it's not going to happen. Curious if they have a section where the timing is even faster. I mean, probably. Nothing really would surprise me. I'm actually kind of surprised I haven't seen an area yet where gravity is reversed. That's what I'm fully expecting and really dreading, is that I'm going to have to play the game upside down at some point. I don't know how they'll implement that, because, you know, if the goal of the game is to go upward, you would think like reverse gravity, just fall on purpose and you'll make it through that area real quick, right? But I don't know. They've probably got some way to, you know, make it happen. Move you through like a warp or into like an isolated sort of area where you're kind of locked in until you get to the exit, so that you wouldn't really be able to lose your progress in the same way if that were the case, but it would still be a nightmare of a section to try and get through. A level where gravity changes with every jump? Oh my. That's for, yeah, that's for pro players right there. Oh, that's the name of a game. I haven't heard of this one. Probably dig it, I think. It's C64 inspired. I think you'd like it. Oh, I do love the C64. I need to walk my talk. I need to walk my talk with the C64 a bit better. I'm always talking about the C64 and I'm not playing it enough. No kidding. I did download a new pack of games for it recently. So hopefully they'll work pretty well. I shall make a list of favorites. I would love that, Conga. I have great confidence in your C64 tastes. Beachhead did take me a bit to warm up to. I do have to admit. It's a very cool game, but the like military trappings didn't really instantly grab me. It's more of a personal favorite, the one I would expect others to love. But BC's Quest for Tires, that game was great. Hey, welcome back, Sparrow. Been here since the start. I was in a meeting, so I didn't hear anything. No worries, Sparrow. I said thank you for the resub in 34 months. That's almost a year. Thank you very much, Sparrow. BZ's Quest for Tires was my suggestion ages ago. I didn't, like, so... Oh. I didn't actually remember who suggested it to me, but I know that, I did remember that Conga is a fan of that one as well. VVVVVVV is quite fun. How have I never heard of this game? I did see the new setup, though. It's looking great. Didn't see any neon sign, though. No, the neon sign isn't installed. And now I have a big problem. Because I'm really not sure where to install it. Now that I move stuff. Hey, Final, welcome in. Does the sign say no spoilers? The sign is amazing. It's a purple neon sign that says Frown Town. My sister got it for me. I had it in the background of the stream for a while. I've never successfully mounted it on the wall. I tried. I spent a couple hours one afternoon trying to mount it, but my problem is the wall, this wood paneling, the wall is paneled with this very rustic barn wood, and it's not smooth and even and level, so which the sign requires in order to be installed. So I have to first mount a smooth piece of wood onto the wall, so then I can mount the sign onto the wood, and just once I do that, it's locked. So because I keep moving stuff around, it's been hard to actually do it, and it's a shame because it's such a nice sign and I really want to use it before the neon completely goes bad in it and it's ruined forever, which may have already happened because I've had it for a couple years. I can't really light it up on the stream anyway, though, because it's so bright, it blows out the camera. But, you know. You have a short game in particular I think you could get into, Konga says. Right on. Yeah, if you just want to send me a whisper, I'll definitely, I'm always open to suggestions. Things that are both fun and horribly maddening. Is there a difference? I've read a lot of the chat out of order, so I'm trying to make sure I catch everything. Learning how to play Big Blue on piano. It's a lot of fun to play, just like the game. Right on. I have extremely limited piano skills. I don't really know how to play the piano. I can kind of play the Song of Storms. But I'm not very good. Like, I can just tap chords. I know enough music theory that I know where all the chords... I can figure out where all the chords are on the keyboard. And so I can play I can play the piano really basically, but really just rhythm, and really just very simple, just playing chords basically. Figuring out the melody part to anything takes me a really long time. And like, I can't sight read music. I understand how to read music, but I'm super slow at it. So if I have a piece of sheet music, I can sit down and I can figure it out. If it's a really simple song, I can figure out how to play it. But it's got to be real. It's got to be real simple, and I'm real slow at it. Never played it as a kid, but rather when I got the C64 Maxi, I spent so much time frustrated that I never had it as a kid, Sparrow says. No one would like the game I've been playing. Etrian Odyssey 2 HD remake on the Switch, Greg says. Looks really nice. Thank you, Zero. Isaac's looking suspicious over there. I'm pretty sure neon lasts forever, Konga says. Yeah, let me get my big head out of the way. I propose the sign is mounted on a piece of melamine, MDF. Then hang that entire thing off something? I don't know what that is, Sparrow. And slowly working my way into Dark Souls again. Scratching at a few hours a day. I'm getting better. Right on, final. That's how my production process works. Play with chord combinations until it sounds nice. We'll have to start somewhere. I've taken Big Blue and turned it into a slower jazz-like song. It sounds nice, Final says. It's really hard. It's really hard to, like, play a rhythm with my left hand and play a melody with my right. I'm not really good at separating the activity of my hands like that. Is what really holds me back with the piano, I think. And I just never practice it, and I don't have anyone to teach me, so you know, those are pretty significant factors. But you know, I take the keyboard out and bang on it for an hour or two every now and then, just for fun. Coated particle board, usually black or white. The stuff cheap desks are made of, Sparrow says. Well, I do already have a piece of wood. I've got a, you know, for putting up on the wall. It's just a matter of pulling the trigger on committing to where it's going to be and being not lazy enough to do it. Yeah, there's always 100,000 things I need to do around my house. There's always something that needs organization or repair. You think the video games I play are Sisyphean? It's nothing compared to home ownership. Left hand and right hand take practice. Play one hand at a time over and over. Like you do Jump King until it becomes muscle memory. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've had to do. Oh, I could also play the first Noel on the piano. So I've got 2 songs that I can play. But again, just very simple versions where I'm really just kind of hitting the chord changes and plunking out the melody with the other hand. If you think games are hard, you've never owned a hot water heater. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm not looking forward. We got a new hot water heater because my the old one sprung a leak. Or no, it didn't leak. It just went bad. It just stopped producing hot water. But it was completely bad. Partially my fault. I didn't know that you were supposed to flush hot water heaters. So, you know, I didn't, and it went bad. I actually don't think I would have been able to flush it because the previous owners, I don't think, flushed it. So I think by the time I got into the house, it was already to the point where, because when the guy came to install the new one, he couldn't drain it because the sediment had built up too much in it. But I think that it was probably like that when we moved in. I think it was probably already a lost cause. But who knows? Maybe not. Maybe it is completely 100% my fault. Either way, I now know that you're supposed to flush them. So I'll be doing that for the first time, probably toward the end of the summer. It had one job. I can find all the basic notes of a song very quickly, Sparrow says. It's until you listen a bit deeper and find there's chords and inversions and bass lines and accompanying sounds that makes you quickly realize there's often a lot more to it. I'm pretty good at figuring out the chords to a song. Anything I can sing, anything I know well enough to sing, I can usually figure out what chords go with it. But figuring out the actual, like, each individual note of a melody is really tough for me. Hey, cows, welcome in. Always great to have you with us, my friend. I'm struggling with Jump King tonight. Any more aquatic adventures? No, I haven't been able to make it back up there yet. I do, but if I'm going from memory, I often come up with a melody in a completely wrong key. So, here's the thing, like, sometimes I hear people comment on / complain about when a musician is playing a song in the wrong key. And to me, that has never been a big deal because I'm always playing stuff in different keys because I'm a rhythm guitarist, right? I strum the guitar and I sing. Mostly cowboy chords, but there are a lot of songs like if I play in the original key, it's not going to be in my vocal range. So I'm always throwing the capo on the guitar and changing the key to every song I perform. So I don't know, that's just never... That's never really been an issue to me. Oh. That's a shame. We were close. We were close. Oh, hey, Cows. Thank you for the 7-stream streak. That's practically a year for me. When I'm doing a remake of sorts and I end up doing it in the wrong key, I just keep it as the wrong key as part of the effort. For Big Blue, almost all the piano keys are the black keys. Most of the songs I play have 1 or 2 black keys. It's a difficult adjustment. Oh my goodness. With the DJing stuff, it's very divisive. You can key mix by using software pitch correction, or you can literally speed up or slow down the song, which changes the overall pitch of the song. Since we've been able to preserve the key, I've used it all the time, but it comes at a cost. The audio quality of the song can suffer to varying degrees. Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about the difference of... I didn't really think about... the difference between, like, shifting the key of something that's pre-recorded as opposed to changing the key of something that you're playing live. If a song is 122 BPM, you want to match with their mix. When you've been playing at 128 BPM, it can create all sorts of artifacts. Yeah, like introducing it into metallic-like sounds, or affecting the clarity of individual sounds, making all sound mushy. Yeah, so yeah, in that context, yeah, I get how that would be a concern. Oh, at least I'm not overshooting that jump. At least I'm not overshooting it right now. Oh my goodness. Being underwater really did undo hours and hours of work done developing a feel for this game. Such a short time underwater has done so much damage to me. I mean, I've always been bad at this, so maybe I really shouldn't blame that, but I'm going to right now. Oh my goodness. But if I have to slow a song down and I don't preserve the pitch of it, it makes it sound sadder and a bit tired. I love creative projects, Konga says. I wish I had an ounce of musical talent. Me too, Sparrow says. friend of mine is a fantastic synth composer. I don't have any real talent or skill for creating original music. I don't have a lot of talent. I don't have a lot of musical talent or skill in general. I'm very like I have like a basic sort of workman-like proficiency with music. It took me years, though. It took me years to be like to any degree competent at at playing the guitar. I'm probably like for as much of it as I've learned, I'm which isn't a tremendous deal, but I've probably learned it at the slowest rate of anyone on record. I got my first guitar when I was in 2nd grade, and I mean, it's really kind of my only guitar. I have a couple other ones, but I really never moved on from my first guitar. I still have it, and it's my go-to for the one that I play. Among the ones that I have, I'm kind of just a one guitar kind of guy. But I got it when I was in 2nd grade, and I learned several chord shapes and how to change between them, and a couple basic strumming patterns. But that was it. Like I could never really play and sing for the longest time, and I could only just sort of very like mechanically play. And I guess it was largely because I didn't have any music that I really wanted to play for the longest time. It wasn't until I was in high school that when I was in high school, I made a new friend who introduced me to Simon and Garfunkel. And then I had some music that I wanted to play. And that's what got me. I started learning all the songs on their greatest hits CD. I think anyone can play music, Final says. It's just a matter of finding the right instrument for you. Guys like guitar because it gets the girls, but I've always liked piano more. Easier on the fingers, and it's pressing buttons. As a gamer, that's something I'm already good at. I like the piano because you can, the music that you can play on it like is so full because you can do the rhythm, you can do rhythm and melody with it, which you don't really do with guitar. I mean, I guess with, like, if you play in, like, a classical style, then, you certainly do. So I should take that back. But I don't know how to play in a classical style. So I don't think about it like that. The day I make the perfect song or do the perfect mix is the day I will sell my equipment and move on, Sparrow says. Well, then I certainly hope that day never comes. If only crossbows could be played musically, then you'd be set. I mean, well, they have a string. Every game you play could be called Hello Darkness, my old friend. Oh, I didn't react. I think you commented about how this game needs a scooter earlier, Conga, and I kind of glossed by that, but this game has been more mean to me than Dr. Evil Knievel for a longer time, but I still hate that game more. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. That was that the first one that I learned? I think that was the first song I learned, actually. That and the boxer and Cecilia and I don't know, there's a whole bunch of them. Scarborough Fair is so good. The one about the rain on the window. I don't remember what that's called. Is that Kathy's song? It's been a while. It's been a while since I've flipped through the Simon and Garfunkel section of my my chord book. Maybe too long. I learned a lot of Gordon Lightfoot songs too. Really like Gordon Lightfoot. They have more than 2 songs. There's a duo I haven't heard mentioned in years, Greg says. And when I do, it's usually just because Elvis covered their Bridge Over Troubled Water. Oh yeah, I learned how to play that one too. That's a good song. I didn't remember Elvis did a version of that one. I'm not the biggest Elvis fan. I don't dislike him, but like I don't dislike his stuff, but I'm not super into it either. My favorite Elvis song is probably Kentucky Rain. I like his version of that song. Hey, Stream Kyle, welcome in. No. Kentucky Rain is good. My favorite is Burning Love. Elvis is my all-time favorite artist, Greg says. Especially 70s Elvis songs. Stream Kyle says, for my grandma, it was all about Jesus and Elvis. I think she had more Elvis stuff. Oh. Grandpa probably had more John Wayne stuff than my grandma had Elvis stuff. I'm not very familiar with anything John Wayne. I don't think I've ever actually watched one of his movies. I haven't seen very many westerns in general. It's a genre I'm not very well connected to. Hey, Derek Ocean, welcome in. It's Jump King time. Jump King's been... I've been feeling really good about Jump King. My sorrowful days with Jump King feel like they're behind me, at least for now. I've been making lots of progress in this game. I've been losing lots of progress too, but the general trajectory has been forward. in a way that it wasn't for a very long time. I'm feeling very turned around with this game. It's probably mostly a sign of just how deeply this game has damaged me. I was never a John Wayne fan, Kyle says. Old westerns aren't that great to me until you get to Clint Eastwood level stuff anyway. Yeah, I don't know, like, I think I've seen The Magnificent Seven, the, like, original version of that. I don't remember it very well. It's just kind of... in one eye and out the other kind of thing. I feel like I remember watching it, but I don't really remember anything about watching it. I saw the remake of True Grit, and that might be it. That might be it for westerns. Does Toy Story count as a western? I think Toy Story does, Cal says. I mean, the main character is a cowboy. I think I saw that Cowboys versus Aliens movie. I don't really remember that one either. I watched, what's it called? There's a Timmy the Tooth. There's a Timmy the Tooth movie that, or episode that's a western. I watched that. Making progress so slowly, only to lose it in seconds. That's what it's all about, Greg. Derek says, me and my buddy Joe saw Godzilla versus Kong today. It's pretty good, a lot of fun. Right on. I watched 4 Planet of the Apes movies in a row today. I should finish by playing Ape Escape and Donkey Kong. Just to get this monkey business out of my system, Final says. I'm more of a fan of John Wayne's airport than anything else, Cal says. I didn't know there was an airport named after him. I assume that's what we're talking about. I'm a Western fan, Derek says. Haven't seen one in a while. Need to find a good one. My favorite ones are Unforgiven and Tombstone, Kyle says. I've heard of both of them, but haven't watched them. Not much better, Zergling says. Silverado, Blazing Saddles, and Back to the Future 3. I've seen Blazing Saddles and Back to the Future 3. Okay, I've seen those. And it's presumably, and Toy Story is presumably set in the Western U.S. That's 2 big points. And it's got a, you know, a stranger comes to town, and this town ain't big enough for the 2 of us kind of a plot. There's a new Planet of the Apes movie coming. I've seen the original Planet of the Apes, and I think I saw the remake to it at some point as well. But that's it. I haven't seen any of the sequels. One of the regional airports in California, Cal says. We'll probably play a bit more than 2 hours of this one tonight, because there isn't very much of the Princess Peach game left at this point. I'm fairly confident in my ability to finish that one tonight, even if I do play an extra half an hour or hour of Jump King. So we're at the hour and a half mark, but I think we might give this one extra time. We could go to 2030 before I'll feel the need to watch another monkey movie, Final says. Derek says loved the 2019 Joker movie. The new one just had a trailer today. I haven't seen that one. A lot of that movie was improvised. Jack Nicholson, to me, is still the best Joker I've seen yet, Greg says. Jack Nicholson is one of those actors that I just have trouble not seeing Jack Nicholson. He doesn't disappear into any of his roles for me. He did a good job for sure, but I'm a Heath Ledger Joker fan, Final says. I'm real attached to Batman the Animated Series. I'm really attached to Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy as Batman and Joker. Those are probably my definitive versions. Keaton is my favorite Batman, Derek says. My all-time favorite actor used to be Jim Carrey. He's still up there, but now it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Dude has the most hilarious one-liners in all of Hollywood history. He gets hit by a car and he says he's feeling a little run down. Can't be beaten. I don't know what movie that line is from. Batman the Animated Series feels like a miracle show. It has no right being that good, but it is. I mean, I have a lot of nostalgia for it, so it's hard to... Like, I feel like it's, like, you know... I feel like it holds up amazingly, but I might not be able to judge it objectively either, so... I love Arnold as Mr. Freeze. Best puns ever, Derek says. That's a rough movie, that one. I'm jealous of Mr. Freeze sometimes. I'd love to spend my days walking around in a cryogenic suit. I have a soft spot for Batman and Robin, Derek says. Mr. Freeze can never enjoy a suntan at the beach. I mean, sign me up. Never once in my life have I tanned or enjoyed a beach. The new Joker is going to be a musical? That's going to be different? That's a pretty bold decision. Treasure your token well. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm very grateful, Mr. Snake. Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn. Yeah, let me. I'm not a huge fan of musicals, Final says. Disney makes good movies, but sitting through the musicals is always the low point of the movies for me. I enjoy musicals. Whenever we go dress shopping in the Princess Peach game, it takes a tremendous amount of willpower to keep from singing "Oh My God, You Guys" from Legally Blonde, the musical. I think about that song every time. I have to agree with you there. They keep making things into musicals that I'm not sure need to be, Cows says. You shouldn't. You shouldn't hold back. Uh, once as a treat during the last playthrough day. Watch the new Mean Girls. It was a musical, Derek says. There's a few bangers out there, Final says, but Sweeney Todd took it too far. I know I've seen that, but I don't remember much of anything about it. Enjoyed the new Wonka. That's almost non-stop songs. Jelly and I had a weekend not that long ago where we watched Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and we watched, what's it called? There's a Tom and Jerry version of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. We watched that too, and that was odd. It's basically just the Gene Wilder movie, but with Tom and Jerry added into it and like told from their perspective. So like they're not always in the room, so but all the like same things from that movie are happening during the movie. It's very odd. And very early in the song. So like Slugworth is the villain of the movie, and very early in the song he has a musical number, but his musical number is just I Want the World with different lyrics. It's very bizarre. I don't know why it exists. I don't know why it exists. It's like something out of a fever dream. Yeah, yeah. There's a Tom and Jerry Wonka. It's very odd. It's not the most entertaining watch, but it I don't know. It's a thing that exists. It's very odd. We should all do a stretch, Cal says. All right, let me have a sip of coffee. An upside down stretch. All right. The piano scene that Tom played with the orchestra in the background, he played the correct keys, and that scene won an award. That's nice. That's nice that they bothered to animate that correctly. It's always pretty goofy when you see when someone is when someone's playing an instrument in a movie or something and the actor very clearly doesn't know how to play the instrument that they're pretending to play, or in some cases even hold it correctly. have to do it from the other side. I forgot about that. No! We're so close. Oh, we made it back up to the water. No! I immediately fell back out. It's so different up here. It's so different. It's so different. Oh my goodness. It's nice to be back up here, but I don't think it's gonna last very long. Westworld I don't really know anything about. I've heard of it, of course, but I've never seen anything from it. So I don't really know what it's like. I mean, I definitely don't mind chatting about movies. It's just the issue is that I just feel bad because I can't really participate in the conversation very much because I just don't watch a lot of stuff. It's like it's like I live in a time capsule and I haven't watched anything that's come out since the year 2000. It's not quite true, but it feels like that a lot. Outward. I haven't heard of that game. I hope you're finding it enjoyable. Open world survival game. I wanted to play that game. It makes me think of it's a game. I think it's called The Long Dark. It's a game about. It's like a survival game about being stranded in like northern Canada or something. It's all snowy. The cold weather environment made me intrigued by that game. I played just a very tiny bit of it at one point, but I didn't really play it long enough to get it. Good so far. Only played like half an hour so far. I like it down here. I like this watery environment actually. I don't like that it completely destroys my perception of how to play the game, but like I like the vibe of this place. What's the best horror series? Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th or Halloween? Nightmare on Elm Street, hands down. Though Halloween is at a disadvantage because I haven't seen all of those movies. So I can really only judge between Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. And Nightmare on Elm Street all day long. All day, every day. Friday the 13th movies can be fun, but they don't stand up to Nightmare movies in any way. I think that's an overshoot. It was. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. That was a long way down. I'm alone. I say Friday. But I've enjoyed Nightmare a lot. The first three are great. I think they're all pretty great in one way or another. Part 5, Nightmare 5 might be the weakest one. I mean, Nightmare 6 is definitely a way worse movie, but like it's fascinatingly bad. You haven't seen all the Nightmares? Oh. Yeah, I'd heard that final that about the some of the inspiration, the real world inspiration for the first Nightmare. Uh, Netflix has them now, so you're going to see 4 and 5, which you haven't seen. 4 was the very first one I did see. When I watched the series for the first time, I watched them out of order. And 4 was the first one that I started with. And that's because I had caught part of it on television. And so I thought, and it had made me want to see the whole movie. And then I don't remember what order I watched them in, but I purposely watched them all in the wrong order. Didn't like 2 originally, but it grew on me over time. I hated it actually first time, but now I ended up loving it. It's you know, it's pretty all right. It's it doesn't really have like a firm grasp on like what the rules of the Nightmare universe seem to be. Like in all the other movies, it kind of stands out, but like that's, you know, sort of a, you know, a lot of like, that's not really a fault of the film. And actually it kind of benefits from a way, because like a lot of the like more like bizarre and interesting parts of the movie only are possible because it has a different view on like what the rules of the Nightmare universe are. So the Nightmare movies all, like, the thing about the Nightmare movies is they all feel really different from one another, with maybe the exception of 5. And I can't say that about the Friday the 13th movies so much, especially the first 4. The first 4 Friday the 13th movies feel basically identical to one another. Like, it's really hard to marathon those films because they're so similar. Children of the Corn, I've only seen the first one. I grew up surrounded by cornfields. Corn was like the big product of where I grew up in Kentucky. They tried to replace the actor for Freddy Krueger in 2. I found out you can't do that. That's right. Robert Englund puts the R-E in Freddy. So for the longest time, we had 6 silver coins, and we found 2 in this watery area, which on the one hand makes me kind of hopeful that we might find 2 more and have 10, because that's what we need is 10 silver coins, because there's someone who will sell us something for 10 silver coins. But the thing about that is, like, so I'm on the one hand, I'm kind of hopeful that maybe we'll get 10 silver coins before we get through this water area. Like, maybe there are since I found 2 here already, maybe there are 2 more. So on the one hand, I'm really hopeful, but on the other hand, I'm kind of afraid, because if I get 2 more coins, I've got to go all the way back down to the shop to buy the item. And the last time I went down to get a thing to buy an item, I got scammed. Friday 1 is a classic for me, Derek says. I can't hear anything about Freddy Krueger or Nightmare on Elm Street and not think about the Dawkins song Dream Warriors. What a goofy song that is. The lyrics to that song are really silly, I think. It's a catchy song though. It's one that gets stuck in my head. But the lyrics are very silly. Maybe so, but it's still one of my all-time favorites. I mean, it's alright. It's alright to have silly lyrics to a song. It's not the end of the world. Is this jump free? I think this jump could be free. If we jump from here. It is! Victory! That's the end of the water area, really? Oh. Oh. Oh, that hurts. That hurts a little bit. Dokken are one of the 80s rock bands. My era of music, Greg says. I like that kind of like I don't listen to a lot of it. I'm not gonna pretend like I do, but um, that sort of era of sort of rock and metal, I do enjoy more than like the I like the more like I like the clearer, more operatic vocals than the stuff that's got like that's really like growly or screamy. Like that kind of music I can't get into. I just have no I have no time or interest for that kind of music. They're making a Matrix 5. Oh my goodness. I didn't expect a Matrix 4 would ever happen. You don't like Rob Zombie? Me neither, Final says. I mean, I don't. I've never. So I don't know that I've ever even heard a Rob Zombie song. I just the genre in general. It doesn't do anything for me. With that sort of style of vocals, or those sort of styles. I guess they are kind of different things. A growl and a scream. Bury the Matrix and be done with it. No, I really loved the first Matrix when it came out. The second and third put me to sleep, though. And the fourth, I just can't even be bothered with. You know, I'm doing this wrong. You have a favorite nightmare movie? I don't know. I don't know, because I really, like, I kind of just like them all as one big block. Because, like, it's hard to, like, say, like, which of them's the best, because they have a lot of, like, they each kind of have their own strengths and weaknesses. You know, like, definitely, like, I think 5 and 6 are the weakest films. So I wouldn't pick one of those. Um, 7 is interesting, but it kind of breaks the mold, and it doesn't like it's not really a nightmare movie. I don't know. Maybe Freddy versus Jason might actually be my favorite nightmare movie. Probably, I don't know. Probably 4. I would probably I might like 4 the best. Largely because it was the first one I watched. Maybe. I really like Nightmare 4. 3 is great though. You know, 1 or 3 are probably the best films. It was really hard to choose. I mean, I think that's generally the consensus among people that enjoy the films, is that 1 and 3 are the best. Leprechaun Goes to Space is pretty far up there. You know what? Freddy never went to space. Everyone always goes to space, but Freddy never made it there. Even the brave little toaster went to space. And the brave little toaster went to space faster than anyone else. The brave little toaster goes to space in the second film. Like, you know, I think Leprechaun took 4 movies to get to space, and I think Pinhead took 4 movies to get to space. It took Jason 10 movies to get there. The brave little toaster got there in 2. I thought he did. I don't have any recollection of Freddy making it to space. If I'm wrong, I'd love to know. Cows loves the brave little toaster. Yeah, I love that. I love that movie. That was a childhood staple of mine. That movie is terrifying though. That movie is nightmare fuel. Maybe I'm thinking of Jason. Jason absolutely went to space. Yeah, Jason X is it's in the future and he goes to space. Very, very goofy film. The air conditioner at the beginning of the Brave Little Toaster is maybe one of the scariest characters in all of cinema. And the musical number, "It's a Bee Movie" is pretty terrifying too. Even the last, even like Everything You Wanted and More is pretty, like, that musical number is a little bit disturbing too, because the modern appliances are so sinister. And then Worthless at the end of the film is just a nightmare of existential dread. Ernest never went to space either, did he? That's kind of surprising. Because like the formula for his films is literally Ernest goes somewhere. Hey, next, welcome in. So I reached this area last night for the first time. I ended up falling out of it, but we got back here. Yeah, this is fairly new. I've actually already seen the end of this area as well. I got just a faint peek of what's above the water. This area is full of water, as you know, no doubt see, and the water changes the physics of the game. It makes everything is slow in the water. It's actually very, very difficult because it's so different from what I'm used to. And when I leave the water, it's very hard to play the game if when I leave the water, because I'm not used to the normal speed. It feels too fast. So it's this water is a very nasty trick the developers have played on us. It doesn't seem like it, because the water area itself isn't actually that terrible. I really wonder what's in this door here. But its impact on the overall game is pretty stunningly negative. Playing what might be the only good game published by Phoenix Games, Sheep versus Wolf. It's a Sheep versus Wolf RTS called Furry Tales for the PlayStation 2. I don't know that game. I don't think I know that game company. One more thing about the Brave Little Toaster. Jelly and I, one time, we spent a very memorable night once upon a time enjoying some adult beverages and watching on YouTube um It's a Bee movie from Brave Little Toaster, dubbed in every foreign language that we could find it in. And there's like 30 of them. We just watched that musical number over and over and over again in every language we could find it in, and there's tons. It was a great night. Phoenix Games did some absolutely horrendous games with mini cartoons for the PlayStation 2 era. Shovelware. Sounds like my kind of games. I would I could probably get into those. I like shovelware quite a bit. No, come on. Why is that jump so difficult? You're breaking my heart, Jump King. I just remembered we have to finish Strawberry Shortcake. I've been I've been I've been listing off like the retro games that we need to finish, and I kept leaving that one off the list. I forgot about Strawberry Shortcake. Leaving off the most important one. We've got 1.5 loops to finish, I think. Are we on? No, we're on loop 3. We're halfway through loop 3, so we've got 2.5 loops to finish. Oh my goodness, we have a lot of that game left. Oh. It's alright. It's alright. Falling down here isn't actually that bad. So our dog Arthur has started to grasp the idea of a new command. We're he's been making progress with roll over. He knows sit and lie down, and now he's kind of getting roll over. But the thing is, like, he's not good at distinguishing between the commands. When we call him over to us, like when we tell him to sit, he usually lies down. It's a very... I don't know how to teach him to distinguish between sit and lie down. He will sit on command, but he usually won't do it first try. His instinct is to lie down first. And he has a little bit of trouble. He has a little bit of trouble between lie down and roll over as well. because he wants to roll over, because the reward for doing that command is that he gets belly rubs, and he wants belly rubs. So he wants to just go ahead and roll over without being told. So it's a little tough, like... I am stationary, human. This is achieving what you want, yes? Yeah. The water area is so delightfully rude in how it sends you back. It's pretty rough. It's pretty cruel. But I don't feel pain. I don't feel that much pain being sent back in the water area. Because at least we don't usually fall out of it. I fall out of it as I'm saying that we usually don't. Oh yeah, final. Yeah, we try to, we try to just reward him just for doing the right thing for the right command. It's difficult to reset though when he does the wrong thing. He's not so food motivated anymore. When we first got him, he was very food motivated. But now, like, he's really disinterested in food rewards. I guess we don't have high value enough treats. He's much more, yeah. Well, he's much more, he's much more, now he seems to be much more interested in getting, in receiving pets as a reward. even though he gets them all the time for doing nothing. So I don't know. I don't know why that's such a reward, but I don't know. I'm not a dog. Who knows? Who knows what goes on? Who knows what goes on in that little head of his? Let's say something else nice about the water level, see what happens. I like the water level. I like the water level a lot. Hey, losses, welcome in. Yeah, I've gotta depressurize slowly. If I leave the water level, I think it's time to quit for the night, because just like last night, I'm not going to be able to adapt to the normal gameplay after being weighted down for so long. I knew I was undershooting that one. My dog is spoiled, Final says. He has no teeth, so I have to buy special food, which essentially just tastes like meatballs. He eats better than I do. Arthur mostly has kibble. We have some nicer... We have some, like, really, like, premium stuff for, like, to give him his treats. That's this, like, really, like, moist and meaty kibble. But it's still just kibble at the end of the day, I guess. You could buy yourself some meatballs, too. The Dark Tower, huh? Scary. Yeah, everything is too fast now. Oh! Did you see what they did? That's a fake platform. I see. Oh, no. Did you see what they did? Do you see what they did? Look at how far I'm gonna fall. Oh, that's bad. Alright, my friends. Well, that was Jump King for the night. I should have quit when we made it up there to the tower, but I would have just immediately fallen anyway, so... It's alright that we didn't. But that's it. I've gotta stop. I've gotta stop because I'm not gonna be able to adjust to the timing. So I'm just gonna throw progress away if I try to keep going. So that has to be Jump King for the night. I'm not rage quitting, I swear. This is a tactical maneuver. Still progress though. Hey Tuesday, welcome in. You've scouted out the tricks of the new area. Yeah, we did. We reached a new PB. We learned what it's up to. This is good. This is good. We got a glimpse of a new area. I feel good. I didn't find a 10th coin yet though. That's so much suffering to anticipate tomorrow. I mean, great gameplay. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna start off tomorrow by falling back down much further for sure. But that's alright. It's alright. It was a good night with Jump King. It was a good night. I feel very positive about it. But we're gonna switch. We're gonna play Princess Peach now. I'm not even gonna step away. I'm not even gonna take a break. I'm just gonna cut the recording and get everything changed over. So we'll cut that here.